Today is the first day that I'm out here on my lonesome. I don't have nobody today with me. It's just me, oh Maya. It's me and my natural element. I've been talking a lot about doing crafts. I'm a crafty girl. I like art, so we're gonna be a little artsy today. We're going to a clay studio, the clay studio. It's actually close to my house, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we rode on SEPTA. I don't think I'm over like recording in public yet. So I was on the bus and I don't want to record on the bus because, you know, people just looking at you and you're close to one another. And I don't want to go through it. So we're now walking to the final destination, the clay studio. This should be a short walk. I feel like I'm always walking everywhere, to be honest. And it's not a problem, you know. I have not been in the gym, so get my cardio where I can. Just didn't drive because I didn't want to deal with parking, having to find a spot. And so it's easier to just take the transit or walk. Today we look good. I don't know if it's giving artsy fartsy, but we're doing a little something.
So we're pulling up on the clay studio. Did you guys see the sculpture? I'm sure it's probably made out of clay. We'll have to get confirmation on that. But we're walking over to the area where they're hosting the workshop. For the workshop, everybody got to create their very own clay bowl. They gave us the materials and we got straight to work.
This layer right here, every single one you get that is to make it food safe, and you can feel the difference. This is like glass, and then this is more like ceramic.
So we first started off with the designs for our bowls, and as you can see, the technique was giving we're in the kitchen. If I knew it was going to be this much work, I probably would have brought a rolling pin. Not gonna lie, mine was looking a little crazy, but we just had to trust the process.
So if you're a little more gentle, it'll be better. But you'll have that crackage, but since you'll smooth it out, it'll be fine. You can see even this has a little bit, so it's kind of hard to avoid.
So I didn't get it on camera, but we ended up getting more tips from another instructor. So we got back to work and I ended up having to scrap the original that I had because they were too thin. So we had to make them a little thick. I finally was able to start on designing my clay. I had to become one with the clay. The process was definitely harder than it looked. My clay kept cracking, and you remember what the instructor said before, you can't prevent that, but it was just so hard. So I finally got some spirals going on. I was inspired by One Piece, so if anybody's a One Piece fan, let me know if you see the vision coming. I'll give you a hint. It's a fruit. That's probably not helpful for anybody who doesn't watch One Piece, but if you're a real fan, you know, and if you know, you know. The second hint will be it's purple. I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but the bowl is to provide structure for when you're building out your clay bowl. So I finally started putting my pieces into the bowl and the vision is coming to life. So this is my finished bowl where we were working with time constraints and I was just trying to get it done by this time. I never knew clay pottery was so involved, so after I got finished putting all the structure down, I had to fill in the gaps with clay, and this just made sure that there will be no creases or crevices that food can stay in and create bacteria and stuff like that. So you want to smooth it out so that it's nice and solid. So we were one of the last people to finish, and as you can see, I was hard at work. My hands, I had to wash them after. So much clay. You didn't see us painting because we were just in such of a time crunch, but those were our finished bowls.
Yeah, we had to pick it up in 2 weeks. I think he said 3 weeks. So we'll be back to show you the finished product, but the paint that I showed you guys in the video, that's like, you can decorate with that, and then they're gonna put a glaze in the inside, so it's gonna be shiny. I'll show you some of the things, or like some of the finished bowls that we saw in there, but it should be fine.
So we finished our clay class today. It was a sponsored event by PNC. It was actually really fun. We was cooking up in the studio. We was working with our hands. For something that should be on a low activity level, it was actually like we were putting in work. I think Cameron's turned out way better than mine. I think she's an artist. She was really doing good. Mine, however, we'll just say she has a little personality. She looks good. We'll see how she comes out like in the final because they have to glaze it. Mine will be for functionality. I'll probably drop my keys in it,
when I get home, but it was cute. I liked it. I think more activities like this should be done. You know, you gotta venture out around Philly. So. All right, there's going to be a lot of voiceovers in this video because we was in the studio cooking it up. We was working hard.